Dear students, I hope you're all well and studying in your home. Today we start our new chapter, metals and non-metals. In briefly, you were read about this chapter in your earlier class 6 and 7. Now we just elaborate them and try to understand what are metals and non-metals scientifically. So, you are familiar with a number of materials like iron, aluminium, copper, etc. Some metals have been given in table 4.1. Okay, some materials are given in table 4.1 as you see. So in the class 6 you already read about their appearance and hardness of material. Okay, if their appearance mainly shiny or dull, they are metals, and if their hardness or non-hard, okay, if they are hard, they generally regarded as metals, and which are not very hard regarded as non-metals. So you have to write in this table as in your book iron. If you look iron, it appears shiny or dull. Okay, you easily get know about whenever you see the iron, and you can easily write here. Okay, and send it to me. Hardness, or in comment, hardness very hard or not very hard. Okay, it is hard or not, you can write here easily. Okay, same as coal also available. Okay, some metals may be not available. Okay, as sulfur, aluminum you can see easily. Okay, many pressure cooker and many items of aluminum, you can take help of your parents to identify whether the matter this substance is made of which material. Okay, copper also you can easily identify. So you have to write here as their appearance is shiny or dull, and they are hard or not very hard. Okay, can you name the materials which are metals? The rest of the materials in table 4.1 are non-metals. Okay, you can see the rest of the metals can be distinguished from non-metals on the basis of their physical and chemical properties. Okay, so how can we mainly, okay, by just appearance and hardness we cannot identify whether it is a metal or non-metal. So we do a chemical properties also, we have to know of that. Okay, recall the luster and hardness are physical properties. Okay, luster and hardness we just write here in this table are just physical properties, as you read in class 6 also. So physical properties of metal and non-metals. Have you ever seen a blacksmith beating an iron piece or an article made up of iron, like a spade, a shovel, an axe? Do you find a change in the shape of these articles on beating? Would you expect a similar change if we try to beat a piece of coal? Okay, if you go to the nearby in your area, okay, of you, and you see a blacksmith, what he is doing. Okay, and what activity you have to do after that: take a small iron nail, a coal piece, a piece of thick aluminum wire, and a pencil lead. Beat the iron nail with a hammer. Okay, as you see in figure, you have to do like this activity, but take care that you don't hurt yourself in this process. Okay, so you have to be uh, do this activity in presence of your elder person. Try to hit hard the aluminum wire also. Then repeat the same kind of treatment on the coal piece and pencil lead. Record your observations in table 4.2. So in this table you have to write your observation. Okay, whatever available in your home or your nearby, you can do this activity. Okay, iron nail may be easily available, coal piece also. Okay, aluminum wire also available, pencil lead also may be available. Okay, so pencil, you can take from your pencil this. Change in shape. Okay, it flattens, break into pieces. Yet you have two options, and here you have to write one option, whether it flattens, iron nail flattens, or break into its pieces, and so on. Okay, then you saw that the shape of the iron nail and the aluminum wire change on beating. If they were beaten harder, these could be changed into sheets. So for iron nail and aluminum, they flattens. You might be familiar with silver foil used for decorating sweets. Okay, you can see in many sweets they are decorated with a silver foil. You must also be familiar with the aluminum foil used for wrapping food. Okay, whenever you go outside from your home, or your parents take their lunchbox in this aluminum foil. Okay, nowadays it is most popular. The property of metals by which they can be beaten into thin sheets is called malleability. So, this property of metal by which it can be beaten into thin sheets is called malleability of that metal. This is a characteristic property of metals. So, whoever, any material which is made up of metal are malleable. As you must have noticed, material like coal and pencil lead do not show these properties. Okay, they will be broken down if you do activity 4.1. Can we call these metals? Can you hold a hot metallic pen which is without a plastic or a wooden handle and not get hurt? Perhaps not. Okay, why? Try to list some other experiences in which a wooden or plastic handles protect you from being hurt while handling hot things. On the basis of these experiences, what you can say about conduction of heat by wood and plastic. Okay, you must have seen an electrician using a screwdriver. What kind of handle does it have? Why? Let us find out. Okay, you all find out. And in earlier chapter you already read about thermo setting plastic, thermoplastic. Okay, so this is related to that and the conduction of heat also. So we do activity and understand more. Recall how to make an electric circuit to test whether electricity can pass through an object or not. You might have performed. Okay, you can see this activity you already do. Electric tester, it was how can it made? You just use a battery or cell. Okay, and mini you can say bulb and iron nail. Okay, you do this activity in class 6 also. And when you join them, okay, with this cell and a connecting wire is there, so electricity will be passed through it and bulb glows. Okay, now repeat the activity with the materials mentioned in the table 4.3. This time you have to just change the materials. Okay, observe and group these materials into good conductors and poor conductors. Electrical conductivity of metal. Okay, good conductor means they pass the pass the current easily. Okay, and bulb glows very shinily. You can see first iron rod, sulfur rod you can use. Okay, coal piece, copper wire. Okay, you observe that iron rod, nail, and copper wire are good conductors. If you do this activity, iron rod or nail or this copper wire are mainly good conductors of heat, while rolled sulfur piece and coal piece are poor conductors, or they cannot be passed the electricity. Oh, the meaning of the recalling our experience and then this activity was to show that metals are good conductors of heat and activity. Okay, you already learned in class 6 this. Okay, that metals are good conductors of heat. Where do you find the use of aluminum and copper wires? Have you seen wire of coal? Definitely not. Okay, if you uh, see in your many wires are in your house, okay, remaining wires or not used wires, if you cut down them, you see easily mainly they are made up of copper wires. The property of metal by which it can be drawn into wires is called ductility. Okay, you understand malleability. Now we have to understand the term ductility. What is ductility? It means when the metals is can be drawn into wires. This property of metal is known as its ductility. Have you ever noticed the difference in sound on dropping an iron sheet, plate, a metal coin, and a piece of coal on the floor? Okay, you somehow you already know about this. Okay, if not, you can try it now. Do you note any difference in the sound produced? Have you seen wooden bells in temples? Can you give a reason? Okay, can you think about this? Why the wooden bells are not in temples? Okay, only iron bells are there. The things made of metal produce a ringing sound. The reason for that, the things made of metals produce a ringing sound when struck hard. Suppose you have two boxes similar in appearance, one made of wood and the other of metal. Can you tell which box is made of metal by striking both the boxes? Okay, since metal produce ringing sound, they are said to be sonorous. So now you can understand easily that the metals produce some ringing sounds. That's why they are known as sonorous. The materials other than metals are not sonorous. After performing the above activities, we can say that materials are hard, lustrous, malleable, ductile, sonorous, and good conductors of heat and electricity. This is the main definition of metals. Okay, now if someone is said to you, how can you identify the metal by its physical properties? So you can say to him that it is hard, lustrous, malleable, ductible, or sonorous, and it's also good conductor of heat and electricity. Then it is called as metal. The materials which are generally passes these properties are called metals. The examples of metals are iron, copper, aluminum, calcium, magnesium, etc. In contrast, material like coal and sulfur are soft and dull in appearance. They break down into a powdery mass on tapping with a hammer. They are not sonorous and are poor conductors of heat and electricity. These materials are called non-metals. Now, if you understand metals, you can easily tell about the non-metals. The examples of non-metals are sulfur, carbon, oxygen, phosphorus, etc. Metals like sodium and potassium are soft and can be cut with a knife. Mercury is only metal which is found in liquid state at room temperature. These are exceptions. Okay, there is some exceptions also there, that mercury is only metal which is found in liquid state at room temperature. So I hope you will be understand the physical properties of metals. Chemical properties will be discussed in the next class. Thank you.